Madam Speaker, Senators, when we think of our great bounty of natural resources we celebrate as Canadians, our thoughts might turn to mining, minerals, our spectacular landscapes, or our vast forests. My comments today want to recognize a different type of natural resource, our songwriters. Leonard Cohen, Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, Gordon Lightfoot, to name a few, all Canadian songwriters who have made an indelible mark on the world. But one star in particular, who's been referred to in this chamber recently, has shone brightly because of his innate ability to hold the mirror up to the Canadian experience. Gord Downie, lead singer of the Tragically Hip, passed away 7 years ago last week. He and his band of brothers, Rob Baker, Gord Sinclair, Johnny Fay, Paul Langlois, reminded us that our history of this country was worth singing about, both the good moments and the bad. Senators, if there's a goal that we all remember, Gord sang, it was back in old 72. Definitely a great moment. Through his words, we witnessed sundown in the Paris of the Prairies, and of course, we drove with him on the Corduroy Road to the 100th meridian where the Great Plains begin. His spirit has been felt within the walls of this chamber, as many of you colleagues have stood and spoke passionately about our obligations to our Indigenous people. In his final years, Gord devoted much of his time to this cause, to justice, healing, and reconciliation. In his book and album, The Secret Path, he seized on the tragic story of Cheney Winjack, the young Anishinaabe boy from Martin Falls First Nations who died trying to return home after escaping from residential school. But it's his recent interventions in this chamber on the topic of miscarriage of justice that moved me to speak today. I commend Senators Arnott, Dalphon, Pate, and Batters for their thoroughly researched, meticulously documented, and passionately argued cases on this subject. We know about the vast squandering of human capital and life-altering hurt brought upon those Canadians who lost huge portions of their lives because of wrongful convictions. The genius of Gord Downie is that he could take those convincing paragraphs and pages articulated by my learned colleagues and condense them into a single, relatable, heartfelt line like he did about David Milgaard. He's 38 years old and never kissed a girl. Brilliant. Honourable Senators, Gord Downie entertained us, inspired us, and challenged us. He believed in this country and the good of all Canadians. In his memory, let us commit to going about our duties as Gord did, with skill, courage, and grace too. I encourage all Senators to check out the recently released documentary titled The Tragically Hip, No Dress Rehearsal, now streaming worldwide on Amazon Prime, an instant classic. Thank you.